Welcome back to another Spilldrop video. Today we're going to be playing Skyrim. This is going to be unmodded, just regular old vanilla Skyrim, and the reason we're playing it is because I've got a really cool exploit that I want to share with you all, one that I've discovered in my countless playthroughs of this game, and I haven't seen it anywhere else yet. So I'm not sure, maybe I just haven't been looking in the right places, but I want to show you a quick way to get to level 100 sneak before even leaving Helgen.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
Now, after this Metal Gear-esque, super long, unskippable cutscene where you can't really do anything but watch, you get the option to create your character. Now, for this exploit, it doesn't really matter which race or build you use, so we're going to go with a Dark Elf, mainly for the additional magic bonuses. After you're done creating your fantastic character, you get to speedrun the life-death cycle here by immediately getting your head chopped off by this headsman. It doesn't go as planned, and next thing you know, you're getting killed by a dragon. Once you realize that you didn't get killed all the way, it's your chance to escape. You're gonna run all the way up through here, follow the typical route through Helgen, avoiding everything. I just kind of sprinted past all of this, and you want to get to this point where you have to choose between Hadvar and Ralof. It doesn't really make a difference which of these two you choose for the story or any of the real quest lines of the game, but if you want to take advantage of this exploit, you're gonna want to go with Ralof here. Now, once you've made it into the keep, he's going to untie your bindings so you can finally use your hands and actually do anything in this game other than run around. If you're familiar with Skyrim, or if you've watched any other exploit videos like this, you're thinking, Spill, you're about to do the bear sneak exploit. Everybody knows how that works, but you're actually wrong, because even before you get to the bear, where you can crouch against the wall and sneak for 2.5 hours, there's an opportunity to both power level your sneak and your one-handed attacks by taking advantage of this impassable area and this NPC who will never aggro on you no matter how much damage you do to him. So the way it works is you're going to use your shift key to crouch, you're going to sneak up behind Ralof here, and then you're going to attack him for sneak attack damage. And then you're going to wait 5 seconds for that timer to reset. So as you can see, our sneak is already up to 21. One-handed increases to 17. While you're still pretty low level in stealth, it's best to be kind of behind his arm or so, like somewhere around here so that he can't really see you. That will trigger the stealth, give it a couple of seconds to settle in, and then I do the double power attack to get the most damage. As you can see, sneak is increasing quite a lot pretty quickly there. As you get higher level in stealth, you don't have to try so hard to position yourself, and you don't have to wait quite as long for the stealth to kick back in. Rule of thumb here is every 5 seconds or so you can strike Ralof. It'll reset the stealth timer, you'll get that sneak attack bonus, and that will allow you to earn sneak XP while you're doing this. It's a pretty quick process to level up your sneak. I'm going to go ahead and sprint through it here, and I'll get back to you once we hit level 100. Sometimes Ralof will get down in this stance where he's not standing up, but he's still regenerating health. As you can see, it's a little harder to get the stealth attacks on him. One thing I've found that kind of helps is to switch back to, say, like the Imperial swords here. Usually this will kind of re-stagger him and get him back upright, like so.
A few moments later.
Nice. And there we have it. Level 100 sneak. There were a couple of little breaks here and there, nothing too crazy, but this is a little bit more of an active way to power level your sneak, and it also gives you that one-handed level up. Right now I think we're level 33 in one-handed attacks. There we go. Yeah, one-handed increased to level 34, sneak at 100. Now, what you could do is you could use that XP and level up, but what that's going to do is make all of the enemies that you face going forward that much stronger. That's going to put you kind of at a disadvantage. So rather than level up, what we're going to do is we're just going to keep our level the way it is, and we're going to power through the rest of this dungeon.
Sneaking is overrated, eh?
Now that bear back there that we just stealth killed is the other infinite stealth exploit that you can use to gain stealth XP. You just kind of find a rock over here somewhere and then use the auto run key, which I think is bound to C on most PC setups. And then you just kind of run into a crevice over here just out of the sight line of the bear. You'll earn XP, but it is incredibly slow and you only earn XP for stealth, so you don't get that one-armed XP as well. Personally, I prefer to be a little bit more active in my gaming experiences, so that's why I showed you that backstab stealth exploit with rail off. I think it's a little bit of a better exploit. Alright, moving on. I'm going to show you a pretty good path here to get some resources, get a little bit more XP, and not go straight to the first mission area. Okay, drag and go that way. We're gonna grab these snowberries. Snowberries are big for this exploit that we're gonna be doing with the alchemy tables, so grab snowberries wherever you can. Go ahead, hit F5 to quick save here and there. We're gonna run right across this path here. Alright, level up our archery. Oh. We've got a dog. Our next move, of course, is going to be to come down here to this little shack. Go get him, boy. Yeah, good job. Good boy. I'm gonna grab this elk. Ooh, he's got an amethyst. In here, you'll see there's a note to the authorities, a silver necklace as well. This is gonna be saying, hey, there's a dragon up the hill. Cool. And then this book here, Purloined Shadows, is going to give us some pickpocketing experience. We'll go ahead and take it with us because it's worth a little bit of money. Once we've already read it, we can't really get any more XP, but you might as well yoink it anyway. Now, there should be a bandit camp right over here somewhere. The archer first, he should be the one farthest away over there. There we go. Nightfalls on Sentinel, another one-handed training book. We're gonna take it. Okay, fair enough. Back on the road. Now this time we're headed over to the Guardian Stones, which are just down this way. Now over here, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to select the Mage Stone. That's gonna give us some benefits for magic skills. We're gonna come down this way to Riverwood. But before we get to Riverwood, we want to take a look at this treasure map that we picked up off of one of those bandits at that last bandit camp. It's going to show the location of a treasure chest, which is across the river here in a deadfall tree trunk. We're going to recognize some landmarks, such as the island there, deadfall tree there, and we're going to go ahead and grab that treasure. Yep. Okay, garnet gold. All good stuff. Back on over to Riverwood. I think this is Sven.
You look like a traveler.
So he wants us to lie to Camilla about Faendal and try to get Faendal in trouble. We're not going to do that because we like Faendal. Faendal can train us in archery. He's also a companion that we can get for free just by doing this quest. So that's what we're going to do. Ooh, actually, let's pop into the Riverwood Trader first. These guys are fighting. I don't really care too much about that. Let's take a look at what our boy Lucan has to sell. We're going to get a little bit of money out of him here. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to click on our name here, double click. The second click of the double click we're going to hold. Swipe on up to his name here. I use the WASD keys to navigate, and this doesn't work perfectly every time, so you may have to kind of get a feel for it. Find like a low value item like the basket, and then at the same time you're going to want to let go of your left click and hit E, and that should basically sell the basket to him and then put you in his inventory so that then you can sell his own items back to him. See how how this works. So as you can see, the Circlet of Minor Illusion is a little bit cheaper now than it was previously. And when we hit the E button, it's going to sell. His gold goes down, my gold goes up. You can also hit the Enter button to do it a little bit faster. And the more you do this, the more it will increase your speech. Pretty awesome. Free money, free items. You can't really go wrong. The only downside here is that he has a limited amount of gold, and the items that he has are generally worth more than the gold that you can get out of this trade, so you kind of have to game the system just a little bit to make this work. Really love to talk to your number one guy, Faendal. There we go. There's my boy.
Agreeable enough.
All right.
Give this letter to Camilla and tell her it's
Sweet.
from Sven.
So now we give this letter to Camilla from Faendal. She should still be in here.
Another poem. What's this?
Oh
I'm not
no.
speaking to him anymore.
Oh, she doesn't like Sven anymore. The good thing is that Faendal now is going to be our bestie. There's Faendal. Alright, cool. What's up, my boy?
Lead the way.
Okay, now he's a follower. Now we're gonna train with Faendal right quick. And then the cool trick about that is we can trade with him and take our money back. Boom. Alright. Trained 5 times with him. That's awesome. Our archery is up to 24. We're going to go ahead and take our gold back from him. One more stop in here at the Riverwood Trader. See if they have any more stuff that we can get. Still not what we need. Let's reset his inventory right quick and see if we can get any more goods from him. Alright, so to reset his inventory, what we're going to want to do is hit F5 to quick save. Once we're saved, we're just going to want to bonk the fella. Nice and easy. Go back in here, load the quick save, and then his inventory will be reset. Okay, apparel, deft hands, that'd be a good one. We'll buy that for now. Ooh, 2 grand soul gems. Okay. And we're up to a whopping 4,000 gold, which is pretty good. Can't complain, considering we're still level 1 and literally just got here. So, now that we've pretty much exhausted...
Pretty, I'll give you that. Just stay away from my husband, Alvar.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Sigrid. That was really an unnecessary backhanded compliment. Awesome. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to go down to Whiterun. Whiterun is where things are going to start getting real crazy. So we can start training our alchemy and our enchanting. We're going to try to grab any blue butterflies we see on the way. And at this point, we're about halfway through the adventure. So if you've been enjoying yourself, go ahead and leave a like down below. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave those down in the comments section as well. Ooh, blue butterflies. We want these. We're looking for more blue butterfly wings while it is still daylight out, because those are going to give us the ingredients we need for our potions. Usually on the roads, oh, there we go, outside of Whiterun, you can find a lot of these butterflies just kind of hanging out. Oh, I think these are the revelers. I think we can get a pretty good amulet from these guys. Actually worth bumping into them.
You look tired. God, Eastmere's big. This good deed. Cheers, my friend.
Nice.
May your adventures
Yes.
find you fame and fortune.
Alright, honestly with that, I think it's getting dark. I'm not seeing a lot more in the way of butterflies out here, so I think we head back to Whiterun. Yeah, let me in. Thank you.
We'll be keeping an eye on you.
Great, open the door. This guy wants more swords. Cool. While it's nighttime, maybe we duplicate some of the items that we've got, so that way we can enchant a little bit quicker. Come right over here. Actually, maybe this flat area should work. Alright, Faendal, we're going to do some fun stuff. This exploit's pretty simple. It's also pretty common. But what we're going to do is we're going to drop all but about 1 of these grand soul gems here. We're going to save right quick. Now, where's my boy?
That armor you got rid of. I can have it, yeah? Well, what'd you go drop it at for? Got
Get
my
out of
hopes
here.
up for nothing.
What are you... Yeah, what are you doing? Get out of here. Okay, those rings might not be the right move. They're a little too small. You.
What do you need?
I need you to pick up that.
Okay, got it.
I don't want you to attack my dog, but he's standing right in the way. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? Take
Okay,
that.
got it.
Take that. Do not... What is he doing,
Okay,
dude?
got it.
That and that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go out. We're going to turn right back around. And we're going to go right back in. And everything we dropped should still be down on the ground. Let's see. Some of it is. I think it might have not gone quite so quickly because we were dealing with the puppy dog. I don't really know where he went. Let's see what you got in your inventory, Fendo. I want you to give me those. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, so we got 8 grand soul gems, which I think is like 2 better than what we had previously, which is not bad, but this exploit works a little bit better when you don't have a dog standing in the way, so maybe now that he's gone, we can try that again. Let me make sure the dog's still good. I don't want to lose our dog. Where's he at? What the dog doing? I don't know. I don't know what the dog doing. I don't know where he went. Fandel, you didn't attack the dog, did you? Did you attack him? Where did he go? Did he just leave? Does he just leave eventually? I think he just left. Well, that's kind of disappointing, but okay, I guess. Sad to see him go. We're going to try that exploit once more. Gonna drop them one at a time.
Okay, got it.
Spin the block, go back in, and they're all back on the ground. How awesome. Give me those. And we're doing great. Let's go on over to the potion seller. Skip some time ahead to business hours, and that's great. Into Arcadia's Cauldron. Now the cool thing about Arcadia is she will also train us in alchemy. So I'd like some training. We've already reached that level. Alright, now I think seems like a good time to go ahead and level up for the first time. From level 1. Alright, so in just this brief amount of time, we've managed to level all the way up to level 19. Let's see where we're at for alchemy here. Okay, we can use 1 point on this first level there. Let's go over to Arcadia, get some training. Already almost up to level 20. Now before we level up again, we're going to go up to Dragon's Reach. Now up here we're going to find an enchanting table and an alchemy table just right next to each other, which is why we like to go to Dragon's Reach. Pretty clutch in terms of convenience. Pop into the Arcane Enchanter, disenchant pretty much everything. So this charm necklace increases the carrying capacity by 25 points, which is awesome. I'd keep it, but we already have a follower, so we kind of have that already, and we don't really need another way to carry extra stuff. Alchemy is all the way up to level 25 already, which is cool.
I think I can teach you a thing or two.
Basically, you rinse and repeat this process until you reach level 75 in alchemy, or until you get so bored of leveling up through Arcadia that you just decide to start making potions on your own. Once you start making these potions, they'll get pretty powerful pretty fast, and you'll be gaining XP really quickly, especially with the restoration loop. And for the restoration loop, you're going to need an item with an enchantment for boosting alchemy. I went back to Lucan because he has a pretty good chance of spawning these items. Yes, major alchemy too. That's exactly what we need. Thank you very much. Okay, huge. Unfortunately, we still are kind of low on a lot of the ingredients that we need. Jump on the carriage to Riften. There's a million people in this city who are all going to want to talk to us right as we come in, and we don't care about any of them, so we're going to go right on through here just like so. Just right on through here. We need to find an Argonian lady. She might be out here. She works in the fishery. We need to get into the fishery so that we can get fish. It's not even really in the fishery that we need to get into. We just need to be able to steal from the barrels around the fishery without anybody thinking that we're stealing. But we need to talk to this lady. Yes.
Please help me. Here, take this. It's all I can offer you for what you've given me.
So I get a silver ruby ring in exchange for a potion of minor healing, which is actually a really good trade-off. And she easily could have just sold that. But now we're going to go in, get all of the salt piles. There we go. Cyrodiilic spade tails and the Abyssinian long fins are what we need. If we can't find them in these barrows, then we're going to have to take a little swim. In fact, we're going to do that anyway. See little sets of 3 smaller fish kind of swimming around in a little pattern. So that's where we'll find the Abyssinian longfin and the Cyrodiilic spade tail. Alright, now we're coming up big time. So
we got our numbers up, we can go and start making potions and fast travel back to Whiterun. Now, the two kinds of potions that we're going to want to make are the Fortify Restoration Potion and the Fortify Enchanting. Those are the two that we want that are going to be the most useful. So we're going to pop in here. We're going to learn those potions right quick. So the Abyssinian Longfin and the Salt Pile is going to give us Potion of Fortify Restoration. Same with the Cyrodiilic Spade Tail and the Salt Pile. And then the blue butterfly wings and the snowberries are going to give us the enchanting potion we want. So to do the loop, you want to make your potion of Fortify Restoration. Restoration spells are 45% stronger for 60 seconds. We're going to pop this guy off, favorite it just so it's a little easier to get back to, and then we're going to drink one of these potions of Fortify Restoration. You'll see here, bumps up the strength of the Circlet of Major Alchemy. I'm going to pop back in here and make another potion. 69% stronger. Pop that off, pop the potion. Put the hat back on, make another restoration potion, 83% stronger. Drink our 91% stronger potion, and this is only at 32%, so it's not going up any further, which means we're going to want to make one more Fortify Restoration Potion. Okay, let's quick save here, just in case anything goes awry. We're going to take the Enchanter's Draft, pop into the Arcane Enchanter, Grand Soul Gem, Fortify Alchemy. Item, we're going to do a silver ring, 13% more powerful, and we're going to make this one the capital A5 silver ring, and then we're going to do a necklace as well, capital A5. And the reason that I'm naming these items is so that they float to the top of the apparel catalog here. So you go to apparel, you'll notice that if you put capital A in there and then a number, it will float all the way up to the top. The lower the number, of course, the higher it will float. I predict that they will be the first of about 5 generations of these alchemically enchanted items. These are going to help me create stronger potions. Eventually, we're going to create another potion of enchanting, enchant slightly better iterations of these, and those will bump up to the second generation, which should be A4. And with that, we're going to get into the restoration loop. Potions, Potion of Restoration, pop that, pop on these bad boys. Now 19 and 25% more powerful, which is pretty awesome. Let's do one more round of the restoration at 5,000%, and then we're gonna do some enchanting after that. Quick save again. So 190% stronger. We gotta be quick about this because we don't have a ton of time. So we pop one, jump in here, grab a soul gem, grand soul gem, enchantment, Fortify Alchemy. Item, we want silver necklace. Rename A4. Craft, yes, and then let's see if we can get a second one. A4, awesome. Now, popping these guys on. As you can see, they're a little bit more powerful. We're gonna go ahead and favorite those, unfavorite these guys, and then we're gonna jump into that loop once more here. Let's make another one of these. It's gonna be, 218,000% stronger, which is pretty insane. You can see our alchemy jumped massively with that. Let's see what the enchanting does here. 684%. We'll go ahead and just do that a couple of times, and then we're gonna make another generation of these enchanting goodies. And the reason I'm making these generations a little bit shorter is because you get to a point where the growth is so rapid and extreme that you can craft items that just completely crash the game anytime you try to use them. I'm trying to be a little bit more cautious this time around, create a couple more generations of these enchantments, so that way I can find the sweet spot where you can create potions or enhance the smithing on items without breaking the game too much, but still giving you those like insanely overpowered items. So that's why I'm kind of playing it a little bit safe on this. So let's go ahead and pop this potion. We're gonna call this one A3. Boom. 209% more powerful. Yes. Excellent. Yes.
I think I can teach you a thing or two.
And with that, we're going to want to resume the restoration loop. Toss these guys back on, which are now at 5,000% more powerful respectively. 203,000. We're going to craft one of these. It's going to level us up quite a lot. Yeah, so almost 10 levels. And then see if we can get a pretty good potion of Fortify Enchanting. Let's just make one of those. We don't want to overshoot these enchantments. We want them to be hovering right at around like the 10,000% range. The items we use to fortify our alchemy can be a little higher, even in the 100,000s, just because that means our potions are going to be very strong, but probably not overpowered. But we're going to see what the 1,894% better enchantments look like. We've only got 30 seconds on this, so we've got to use our time wisely. A2, okay. And then let's see where we're at. Okay, so 1422 and 1420. Pretty good progress anyway. Craft and craft. Up to 97. Pretty unreal. So we gotta go quick again, so pop that, jump in. A1, go, yes. Okay, sweet. But if we put those on, active effects, that's pretty good. Let's see what we're doing with our Fortify Enchanting just off rip. 61,000 is pretty strong. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Grand Soul Gem, Fortify, carry weight, right there, item. Okay, yeah, so 2 million points is pretty good. Excellent. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the sweet spot for crafting potions. So this is going to be the A0 Elven Bow. Craft, yes. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at those items right quick. So in theory, we just crafted a weapon and burns the target for almost 2 million points of damage. We've also got these gauntlets that allow us to improve weapons and armor by a 1.4 million%. Pretty good. All right. We doubled our level there. All right, 34 to 100. These gauntlets are a little bit overpowered. The best way to power level your enchanting is to leave Skyrim, because you need to find a trainer that you can then trade with to get your money back, like we've been doing with Arcadia, and you want somebody who can train you up to a very high level. And the best person to do that is not in Skyrim. You're going to want to pop on over to the docks down here at Windhelm, and then talk to this guy. So we're going to Solstheim. After this little cutscene, we're going to go into some unskippable dialogue, activate a couple of quests, and then we're going to hoof it all the way across the island.
Sky like a dragon. He said it couldn't be done. It's working. I'm flying.
What the heck?
What?
Oh. Journal of a Madman. We want to come all the way over here to Big Mushroom Place. This is where it is on the map. You land over here at Raven Rock, skirt right around the shoreline to here. So as long as you've got one pretty decent weapon from your enchanting loops, you should be alright. Somebody just died.
It's as if Telmithran is cursed.
This is our guy. Yeah, so I don't know what he's doing down here, but this is the dude we want to talk to. Can you train me in enchanting? We're gonna buy up 5 levels from him, and since they're very expensive, you can't really pickpocket him to get that money back, but... And then we're going to level up right quick. The reason we want to keep leveling up enchanting is because we want to get the extra effect, put 2 enchantments on the same item, and this is arguably the easiest way to do it. There are other trainers in Skyrim that will get you higher levels in Enchanting, but the downside is you can't get the money back after training to a high level. And I believe he'll train you up to level 90 Enchanting, but that's all I've really got for you today. I think we've done some pretty good stuff today, don't you, Faendal? Everything that I have shown you should work just fine in unmodded Skyrim. If you don't have the DLCs, you're obviously not going to be able to come here to get the enchanting levels, but everything else you should be able to do with no trouble at all. I've played this game for, like a decade now, and I'm always excited to learn new ways to enjoy the game. So this was something that I wanted to share with you all. I wanted to also boost these other creators that I've linked down in the description, so please go and check out their videos as well. They've all got fantastic content, so please show them some love. If you have any friends who like Skyrim, even if this isn't quite for you, it would be awesome if you could share this video with them. That helps YouTube tell people that my videos exist, and hopefully we can do more stuff like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching another Spilldrop video, and I'll catch you in the next one.